Alright, recording this video to show that Plasticity can be used with Steam Deck and with the buttons and the general controller features. It is possible to use the complex keys with this game device actually. So let's start a new file. I hope the screen shows nice, but maybe I can increase the brightness a little bit. All right. So I assigned some of the keys to this touchpads and the D-pads. And let's delete the first cube. I will use the right joystick radial menu. And this is the delete. So it deletes the first cube. And let's start with some sketching. So I'm using this touchpad to control the mouse, and I will switch to the center rectangle. My next step will be adding the dimensions for this rectangle. So the best way is to press tab button, and I assigned the tab to Y key here. So the keyboard pops up. Now I can assign dimensions in millimeters. So pressing right trigger to enter the values, and now I'm going to focus to this section, which is the numpad slash. So on the D-pad, pressing down just pops up this keys. So I assigned most of the usable ones, and if anything needed, it can be added. So the numpad slash is like this. If you cancel this pop-up, you press down and it disappears. But if you want to use a key, by the way, the right trigger is the right mouse button click. So I'm disabling any auto extrude tool activation by pressing to the right trigger here. But this rectangle is selected. I'm pressing up on D-pad to pop up, pressing down. Let me check it first. Yeah, pressing down pops up this keys, and if you want to press to any of these, you select it and then press up. So it focuses to this rectangle. So this joystick radial menu contains some of the elements as well. So I'm selecting the one as to select in vertex mode, and by selecting these I need to press shift. I assigned it to the R4 here. By pressing the R4 on the back, I add selection to my previous selection, but it's probably hard to press while. Let me check it. Let me do it in a slow way. Oh, I'm clicking, so it just doesn't allow me to select all. Let me select one by one. I will use the click as the right button here, pressing shift by here and pressing the trigger. And like this. Pressing the touch button here also makes it click, so it's kind of a problem. So my next step will be filleting these corners, but as you will see, there is no B button assigned to my keys. So I am switching to the controller settings, editing my layout, and by D-pad, here is the keys. And at the bottom, I will add another button as B. So it will shown on the end of the list. So I'm getting back to the software and pressing down to pop up, and on the B I'm pressing up to activate the fillet. So you can adjust it like this, or you can just add values by here. It's great that the numbers entered on the bottom of the screen, keyboard automatically pops up in the top. If I were going to add a number on the top of the screen, the reverse will be happened. So it's also nice. And pressing right click to commit the approach, and I'm pressing switching to the surface selection mode. On the top trigger, the left button is used for the middle mouse click and just rotates the screen like this. And next I will select and extrude this shape. So I can disable the axis because I don't need to recenter anything as a starter. And next I will disable the ghost mode. This left touchpad also used for the scrolling up and down. If you rotate it like counterclockwise, you will scroll out, zoom out from the screen, and the reverse one, the one is used for zooming in. So it uses the zooming in to the orbit by considering the position of your mouse pointer, like which is on here, and if I zoom in, it will zoom into the mouse position, which is pretty easy to just control your viewport. So this is the nice touches of the software, actually, not the Steam Deck. So I assigned the left 5, which is in the back of the device, as the Alt key. So I am switching to the edge mode and pressing Alt key and select all the edge loop, and I can easily assign fillet like this. So let's add some more details. So for example, also let's undo what I have done, which is the X, and if I press to the shift on the back side of this controller and press X again, it will redo the thing. So pressing it alone will undo, and pressing with the backside button here just redoes the command. Let's navigate like here. Let's switch to a surface mode, and let's rotate this surface. I am pressing down, selecting R like this. Again, I'm pressing down and select the V key to define a custom orbit for rotation like this. So let's draw a line. This modeling is not making any sense, but I'm just showing you the different tools that can be easily used. So let me see if there is a D key. No. I'm going to subdivide the this edge. All right, there is no D key, so I will add it as well. On the D-pad, let's add it to the joystick radials. I will set a key as D to subdivide, because it's used with the shift key actually, but I have already has the shift key assigned, so there's no need to do a combination here. So I will select the D key, sorry, the D key is here. When I'm releasing this joystick, I will also press the shift key on the back side, which is in my right hand. But since we haven't selected the line, it won't subdivide it. Yeah, now I'm pressing the shift and selecting the D here. It's subdivided. Actually, it's copied, sorry. Let's delete this one. It will take time to just get used to the system. Actually, shift D is just duplicates the shape. Am I remembering it wrong? But shift D should subdivide the. Let me press it with Control D. No. The B key, also the escape key. Strange that shift D. Let me check my key bindings once again. The R4 is the shift here. Shift D should maybe Shift S was the subdivision. Sorry for that. Actually, I got the muscle memory with the keyboard, but just using this makes me forget many details. So I am selecting this one, and this time we will use S key, right? We have the S somewhere, so let me check. Yeah, there's an S here. Pressing shift and selecting the S with the up key. Now it's subdivided, so let's bump up the middle vertex with G, which is here, and like this. So I'm pressing right trigger to commit the shape, and next I will switch to the edge mode. Select this one, and let's extrude it. And there should be a E extrude key somewhere, right, like this. Sorry, I selected the wrong one. All right, I'm pressing the tab to make it bidirectional, and let's commit it like this. All right, so what I'm going to do is to select the backside face and match the offset with this bumpy new surface. So what I'm going to do is just click and press Alt key and scroll. Let me do it in surface mode. Press the left click mouse, pressing Alt and scrolling. We need to switch the faces. Let me press the Alt and check again. Not much of happening. Let me see once again. I remember that the Alt key just used for switching between the faces. I will do it without pressing the Alt because I remember that it was in the first versions of this software. Yeah, only click with scrolling just changes the selection, and you see that this is the face I'm going to select. Yeah, this one. Now I'm going to offset it and select the new face to make it match with the extruded surface here. So I'm selecting this sheet and I will delete it. So we have this shape. Sorry. So for the additional comments, I assigned a key F like this, and it makes me to switch through the other commands like mirror if you haven't assigned it to a key. So it will be easier to just navigate through this shape. So the next thing, actually my axis is not right. I thought that I was in the top mode, but I wasn't. So let's rotate this object. I'm selecting it, and by the keys I'm going to select the R key to rotate. Let's rotate by pressing V, and right like this I am going to press the control to just rotate it in exact numbers. So 270 helps on a full rotation, and on these curves I'm going to hide those. Hide is H key. All right, so let's select the edges with Alt key pressed. Just add a fillet. Now I'm going to add some additional Boolean operations. So switching to the face mode, I'm going to extrude this. All right, let's do a Boolean operation, which is Q. Hiding unnecessary curve, turning off the ghost mode, On the face mode, I'm just adjusting some faces. After getting used to these keys, which I am not yet, but I see the possibility about speeding up on using this key combinations to work with plasticity in a mobile way. Yeah, it won't be the same with the mouse and keyboard, but at least it helps to use it by designing some concept designs or quick modelings, or just making it for reminding us to sketch some ideas with Steam Deck, of course, is a nice way, I suppose. So doodling through some shapes like this is actually fun. So it is also possible to edit your ongoing projects while you are not on your computer or in some kind of travel or something. It's possible. So it's also the great possibility to use the mouse and keyboard with Steam Deck, of course. But using these keys and the key configuration system of the Steam OS is actually great, because you can add so many details through this configuration system. Even you can use gyro to adjust something. So that makes it possible to use it like you are using Plasticity with mouse and keyboard, but with these game controller elements, it makes it possible. So I really liked this device to just make us to use a complex software with many hotkeys and mouse combinations with it. So thanks for watching.